Hey guys, Nikki here, writing for Jesus. Alright, I want to do another recommendation video. This is my Irene Hannon shelf spotlight, so I'll be going over all of the romantic suspense Irene Hannon books that I have read. I guess I'll go in order. So Irene Hannon is probably my favorite author. She's a very comforting author for me. But some of these books I have not read in a really long time, and so I don't know if my rating would change now. But yeah, I thought I would talk about all these books that I have read by her and give you a quick synopsis and let you know my rating and my thoughts on it. So, first romantic suspense book that she ever wrote was Against All Odds. All of these are trilogies, but you can read them out of order. This is the Heroes of Quantico series. This is the first book, and so this one is about this girl having to deal with like a terrorist group. Her father kind of has some like connections, and then she starts getting threatened and stuff. So she gets the help of the FBI, and they start having police protection over her and stuff, and things get really crazy. This one was pretty dark. It was intense, and so it was a little hard to read at times, but I really did enjoy it. She is also a writer. She writes like Christian nonfiction, and yeah, I really enjoyed that aspect. So enjoyed the writing. It was a good story. So I think I gave this one 4 stars. Then next is An Eye for an Eye, and this is about one of the other FBI guys. She always has it to where it's like 3 guys who work together, and then she does each of their stories in the trilogy. And I always really like their friend group. They always are like messing with each other and teasing, and it's really sweet. So this one is about Mark meeting up with, he just runs into an old girlfriend, and they're like, hey, you know, how are you? It's been forever since I've seen you. And they start talking, and she gets shot at. So it turns out that she is being hunted down and someone is trying to kill her, so she is put under police protection, and so these two start really getting to know each other again. And she is like a radio talk show host, and so people will call in and get advice from her, and she like helps people who are dealing with depression and things like that. So somebody is not too happy with some advice that she has given. So I enjoyed this one. This is probably my least favorite in the series. Mark is pretty lovey-dovey, and just like, it just kind of gets like mushy-gushy at times, and it just feels a little out of place because she's in so much danger. And so I gave this one, I think, 3.5 stars, but it was still a good time. All right, next book in the series, In Harm's Way. This is Nick and Rachel. This one was my favorite book of all time for the longest time. I love this book. It's been years since I've read it. So this one is about this girl, Rachel, finding this Raggedy Ann doll, and when she picks it up, she has like a physical like reaction to it. And so she's like, okay, did I just have like a panic attack? Is this doll cursed? Like, what is going on? And so she goes to the FBI to like ask questions and stuff. And there's like this whole like kidnapping story, and like it's a crazy connection, and it sounds creepy, but it's not. Right away you see why she had the reaction, and it all like makes sense, and it's really sweet. You get to see some good kind of family reunions in here, and I loved Nick's character in this book. I really liked his faith and his inspiration like that he gave her to kind of get back on the faith journey, and it was really sweet. Usually Irene Hannon's faith comments and her content is pretty light, and this one felt like she went a little bit deeper in this one. I also really enjoyed the villain's perspective in here. The story was kind of sad, but it was really well done, really well thought out, and I thought it was really good, and I just love these characters. I love these two as a couple so much, and it was just great. Okay, next trilogy. This is Fatal Judgment. This trilogy is Guardians of Justice. Okay, this one is about this girl who loses her sister her sister dies, her sister was killed, and she and her sister look a lot alike, and so they realize the killer was after her. And so she's put under police protection and stuff, and kind of the same scenario, but this one was really fun. And I like how she has people, like just the ordinary person, like sometimes a kid, help the FBI or help the police solve the case because they speak up. They see something that's weird and they do something about it. And so kind of just reminds us that we can do good and we need to speak up. If we see something weird, if we see something wrong, we need to tell somebody, and so do our part. So I really enjoyed that, and this was a really good one. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. All right, next in the series, Deadly Pursuit. This one is about this girl getting really strange gifts and strange phone calls, and so she thinks she's dealing with a stalker and she's really scared, and so she asked for help from I don't think it's FBI. He's an ex-Navy SEAL police detective. Oh, and her brothers are police detectives as well, so I really loved the whole sibling relationship in here. That was really sweet. But yeah, this one was really good as well, and I enjoyed it. I think I gave that one 4 stars as well. This one I reread a couple of years ago and I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. I hardly remembered anything about it, and it was so much better than when the first time when I read it. I loved it. So this girl receives a gift from her father, but her father committed suicide a few months ago, and so she says, like, no, this just reinstills in me that he didn't commit suicide, because why would he have sent this gift in advance? So she won't let it go, and so this guy's like, okay, well, we'll investigate. And it was so good. It was so like interesting, and I just love the way Irene Hannon talks about the investigative work, and the way they figure things out is like so cool. Like they're so smart. Like it is so well written, and it is so like intriguing and like so cool to see their work. So 5 stars. Next trilogy, Vanished. I read this last year? Yeah, I read this last year. I gave it 5 stars. It was so good. About this girl, she's lost and she's just headed down the road and she hits somebody and she's freaking out. Her car crashes. There's a car. This guy stops to help her and she ends up passing out, and then when she wakes up, there's nobody there. There's no body that she hit. There's no guy there to help her. There's no police, no ambulance. And so she goes and starts working with a private detective and is like, I don't know what's going on, but I need your help. Something really weird is going on here. And so they start investigating, and it is the most wild story. It is crazy in here. And I loved the bad guy story. It was crazy. It was just really such a wild ride. I enjoyed every moment. It was so much fun. So 5 stars. All right, and then for some reason I skipped book 2 and I jumped to book 3, and this is my favorite out of all of her books. 5 stars. This book was so incredible. I loved the bad guy story in here. It was so much fun to read about. So this one is about this woman losing her husband and her son. It's been 3 years since she lost them in a boating accident. Well, she is at the mall and she hears her son's voice. Like she hears him say something in the mall. He uses a term that only he used, and she looks and she sees him and she's like, that's my son. Like, he looks just like him. And so she tries to go to him, and the guy with him just grabs him and just like walks away and gets lost in the crowd. So she hires a private detective to help her figure out this mystery, and she's like, someone kidnapped my son. So dealing with all that and trying to find her son again and solve her husband's murder. So yeah, it was incredible. I loved every minute of it. It's just like a wild ride. It was so much fun, and just to see how everything worked out in the end, it was really cool. So 5 stars. That was fast. And then I have read a couple of her just romantic contemporary books. I read Sandpiper Cove and Sea Rose Lane. I gave both of those 4 stars. They were a fun time. I don't really remember the plots of those. It was years ago when I read those, but they were fun. But yeah, I need some more meatiness. I need something in my contemporary romance books. I need something more than just romance. So yeah, I love her romantic suspense books, and I have the entire collection. I have all her stuff now, so just slowly working my way through her books. So yeah, I'm excited. So we will see. But yeah, so that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you in whatever comes next. Bye.